Tom Cruise was on vacation. He set sail across the sparkling sea in a small boat named the Skyrunner. With him was his clever cat, Coco. She was an orange tabby with stripes like the setting sun and a little red scarf that matched Tom's adventurous spirit. Coco never missed an opportunity for a new adventure. One evening, as the sky blazed with the colors of a setting sun, a powerful storm rolled in. Waves crashed over the deck, thunder roared like a hungry beast, and the wind whipped Coco's fur into a frenzy. The compass spun wildly, unable to find its direction in the maelstrom. Strange markings adorned the wood, and Coco was immediately intrigued. As Tom reached for it, the ground beneath them rumbled. The crystals flickered, and from the shadows emerged a giant silver eagle with eyes that glowed like embers. Its wings spread wide, casting an eerie shadow over the cave floor, ensuring that the legend of Tom and Coco lived on forever. "The guardian," Coco whispered, her voice filled with awe. She flattened her ears against her head and crouched low to the ground, preparing to defend herself. The eagle took a step forward, and Tom, filled with determination, stood his ground. "Easy," he said, raising his hands in a gesture of peace. "We mean you no harm." She began to scratch at the floorboards, and Tom, following her gaze, noticed a faint carving that looked like a map. Then, to their surprise, it dipped its head slightly. "Without you," Tom murmured, stroking her fur, "we'd still be lost on that island." Coco blinked slowly, a sense of satisfaction washing over her. Despite the dangers they had faced, she knew they had done something extraordinary. Together, they had solved the mystery of Storm Island. Startled but intrigued, Tom and Coco cautiously approached the eagle. It raised its head and let out a soft chirp, then gracefully moved aside, allowing them to pass. "Thank you," Tom whispered, his voice filled with gratitude. As he picked up the golden compass, the heart of the storm, the lighthouse above them flared to life with brilliant golden light. A beam shot into the stormy sky, and miraculously, their boat appeared on the shore. "A map," he exclaimed, kneeling beside Coco. "This could lead us out of here." As they deciphered the cryptic markings, Coco's keen eyes caught a glint of gold in the distance. "Look," she meowed excitedly, "over there." They raced towards the shimmering light and discovered a cave hidden behind a thick curtain of water. Stepping closer, they realized the cave was adorned with glowing crystals that illuminated the darkness. Tom held the wheel, his face grim as he fought to keep the skipper on course. "Hold on, Coco," he shouted over the wind, his voice laced with concern. Coco clung to the mast with her claws, her eyes wide and staring ahead. She arched her back, bracing for whatever might come their way. Then, above the howling wind, Tom heard a deafening crack, followed by a sickening crunch. "Uh-oh," he whispered, bracing himself. Everything went dark. When Tom and Coco woke up, they found themselves on a deserted beach. The sky was clear, revealing a bright blue expanse dotted with fluffy white clouds. Her tail puffed up with each step they took. Coco walked with purpose, her senses alert, her gaze fixed on the path ahead. Suddenly she stopped, pressing her body against Tom's leg, letting out a low growl. Her hackles raised, she stared intently at something in the undergrowth. "What is it, Coco?" Tom whispered, his heart pounding in his chest. Coco arched her back, ready to pounce. In a flash, a large brown spider scuttled away. Coco gave chase, swatting at it with her paws. Tom laughed, relieved it was just a spider. "Good try, Coco," he said, ruffling her fur. "But I think we need to be a little more careful. This place gives me the creeps." The tall jungle-covered mountain stood in the distance, and on its peak, a solitary lighthouse blinked slowly. "Where are we, Tom?" Coco asked, her voice trembling slightly. She nudged him with her paw, her green eyes wide with worry. Tom sat up, rubbing the sand off his face. "I don't know," he admitted, his voice hoarse, "but let's go explore and find out." Coco pointed her paw towards the mountain. They continued their journey until they reached an old shipwreck half buried in the sand. In the center lay a golden compass pulsing with a warm light. The eagle regarded them for a long moment, its gaze intense. Back on the deck of the Skyrunner, Coco curled up in Tom's lap, purring softly. And from that day on, tales of their bravery and the secrets of the island were whispered across the oceans.